Will a spaceport in Somalia for the Turkish space program cost less than $1 billion? And what does Somalia do to attract Yeahmeni and Syrian refugees? With 85% of its residents being ethnic Somalis, this land of around 15 million people is described as Africa's most culturally homogeneous country. Bordered by Ethiopia, Djibouti, the Gulf of Aden, the Indian Ocean, and Kenya, Somalia has the longest coastline on Africa's mainland. The oil and gas sector represents the most lucrative opportunity in sight for the Somali rent-seeking elites. Seen as promising by experts, the sector has been reorganized in recent years under the Ministry of Petroleum and the Somali Petroleum Agency, and, after the delays due to COVID-19, the first bidding round is about to end. Despite the so-called petroleum law on the distribution of revenues and powers, some outstanding issues remain on the table, and the current crisis might catalyze them. The administration of President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo officially joined Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative in 2018. With this move, Somali authorities hope to attract investments in the country's infrastructure. So far, the most visible result of the China-Somali cooperation is the fishing agreement, through which Mogadishu granted fishing rights in Somali waters to a group of Chinese fishing companies in exchange for a $35,000 annual fee from each. This agreement, however, risks to upset the fragile livelihood of low-income fishing communities along the Somali coast. Turkey has been Mogadishu's strongest partner for the last decade, with partnerships spanning across all sectors from humanitarian aid to military training. Critically, Ankara has helped the government to train Somali special forces and build major infrastructural projects like the Aden Ad International Airport in the capital, Mogadishu. The Turkish Al Bayrak Group will soon manage the capital's seaport. Turkish President Erdogan is planning to build a spaceport for the Turkish space program on Somali territory. Turkey's $1 billion space program that was announced earlier this year aims to make a soft landing on the moon in 2028. Draft calculations suggest establishing and maintaining the spaceport in Somalia would cost over $350 million. Somalia isn't a stranger to space exploration strategists. In the 1960s, France considered using this country to host a spaceport due to its proximity to the equator, making it more suitable for rocket launches. Turkey proposed itself as a mediator in the ongoing Somalia crisis, with Turkish Foreign Minister conducting shuttle diplomacy. Another Farmajo ally hesitant to take sides is Ethiopia. Despite Abiy Ahmed's embedded alliance with Farmajo, the Ethiopian Prime Minister is probably aware that a direct endorsement could prove counterproductive to both the Somali president and to himself as a promoter of regional stability. After receiving funds from Qatar and refusing to take sides in the Gulf standoff, Farmajo deepened development cooperation with Doha and offered a concession for the port of Hobyo to the Qatari operator Mwani in 2019. This is the reason why Qatar has long backed the Somali president in the current dispute. However, as Farmajo's chances of staying in power are narrowing, Doha is pulling its support and looking for new candidates to back. On the other hand, in reaction to Farmajo's pro-Qatar stance, the United Arab Emirates put its weight behind the presidents of Puntland and Jubaland over the past years by providing humanitarian aid, security cooperation, and investments in the ports of Bosaso and Kismayo. Abu Dhabi was also the only country openly labeling Farmajo an interim president, a statement that attracted harsh criticism from the Somali government. 3 decades of violence have left 2.9 million of Somalia's citizens internally displaced. But the country is also home to 25,000 refugees, including 6,800 Yemenis and over 700 Syrians. Somalia's open-door policy for refugees allows them to move freely and work using their skills without the need of a permit. They are also able to live among local communities in urban areas.